guys, so today we're going to be testing out a bunch of makeup. I have so much makeup that I have been needing to test out. I have played around with some of them off camera, but especially like the stuff that I picked up through my Ulta haul and my e.l.f. haul, there are quite a few things that I wanted to test out with you guys today, show you how they perform and kind of create a full look and give you guys like kind of first impressions. And kind of play around with some of the items with you guys and just share with you guys some of the new makeup that I have purchased. I invite you guys to hit that subscribe button down below and make sure to give the video a thumbs up, just like that. And that way, with my broken nail, look at that, my broken nail. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up so that way I know that you guys like these kinds of videos, and we're gonna go ahead and get diving into this. First thing I have is the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas. So this here is something that I just picked up through Sephora. I just got a sample size though, and it was part of like one of their point perks. So I wanted to give it a shot because I do like the one that's in the potted version. And I have been playing around with this now for a few weeks, and I think I prefer this one way more. And I don't know why, but I just feel like it looks a little bit better under my foundation, and I feel like it sits a lot nicer. The one thing I will say is that I don't find it to minimize my pores as well as the one that's in the potted form, but as an overall like silky, nice, even base, it works really nicely. I'm gonna go in with the Dragun Beauty Color Corrector in Lavender. I've actually really been enjoying this lavender shade for right here along my nose area because it's kind of starting to get dark. The newest things that I have for foundation are by NARS, which is a little bit, it's been out for a little bit now, but this is the Soft Matte Complete Foundation. And then the other one that I have is just the Born This Way. This is the matte version, and I have the shade Golden Beige. So I'm actually gonna go in with this one because this is still one of my favorites. And I did do complete, wear times with both foundations. So if you guys do want to check them out, I will have them in the iCards above, as well as the description box below. Real test today is going to be the sponge. It was part of one of the holiday kits, and I played around with it for a week now. And I will say that I actually prefer the darker one. There's like a darker pink one that they make. And this is the pink one that I'm talking about. I prefer this one a little bit more than this one. And I know that's like kind of a weird thing to say because they're kind of like similar. But for some reason, what I find is that with that foundation, with this sponge, I just find that my foundation just doesn't look as good as it does when I use this one. I just like the way that it blends it out a little bit better. And this one is almost just a little too big that it ends up like just kind of overtaking, and it can make it a little bit difficult for me to kind of get in my eye area to blend out my concealer. I would definitely say that if I was to purchase another e.l.f. sponge, it would definitely be this one. I do want to stop and play around with these two really quickly. So this one I've had for a little bit now, and I have played with it before, but I figured it'd be fun to use it along with the new cream blush that I picked up in the Fenty haul that I did. So I'm gonna go in with Macchiato. I do really enjoy this, especially for cream contouring my nose. As deep as I thought it was gonna be, it's actually a very light formula, which I really enjoy. But this one is just so forgiving and it's super easy to work with. And I'm just going in with the Covergirl. This is the True Blend Undercover Concealer. I'm gonna actually take the Cheeks Out Fenty Glow. We actually tried it on top of powder the last time we used this, and I was super impressed by how well it held up on top of powder. I want to set everything using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is their Muru Muru Butter Bronzer. I do mix these two shades. Now this shade right here has got more of like a softer matte finish, where I feel like this one is very similar to the butter bronzer I have, and it's got just a little bit of a golden glow, but it's got a little bit more of an orange tint to it. So if I use it by itself, I find that it just is a little too orange on me. This is my bronzer brush, and you can just see just how tiny it is. I know in the Ulta haul, so many of you guys really liked this kind of Tarte packaging when they do their Christmas collections. Their blush section, their little blush palettes are always really great. But I kind of want to pop it a little bit because I'm going to be going in with that pink palette from Tarte also. So I was thinking maybe to go in with something like this, which is from the pink packaging in this little collection called Sweet Cheeks. Maybe I'll take a combo of these two and just kind of swirl it, because I kind of really want some rosy cheeks today. That is super rosy. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take my brush. This brush had my pressed powder on it, and I don't have anything on it, but I'm just kind of swirling everything. Of course, the look would not be complete if I didn't use my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. So I'm gonna dust this on my skin really quickly. I like to do this before I do my brows. It kind of meshes everything together, just softens the entire look. So we're gonna be playing around with this little guy today because I think that's kind of the star of the show. When I was doing my Ulta haul, so many of you guys told me you guys really wanted to get this palette, and I kind of convinced some of you guys to pick it up, I hope. But if you guys want to see swatches on all 3 palettes, make sure to check out the Ulta haul because I do swatches for everything in that palette as well. It's like it has a lot of those pinker tones. We're gonna go ahead and start off with this cream shade. Make sure everything is set and take it all the way up to the brow bone. I think this has got a little bit of shimmer to it. I just realized I thought it was matte. Oh shoot. Oh well, this was also gonna be our brow bone color, so just take it on your brow bone, but I'm gonna take it all over my lid. It's fine. We're gonna cover it up anyways. Oh, it does got a nice sheen to it though. Pop a little bit of extra over on the brow bone. I'm gonna start off with this one right here, which I believe is called Rose, on the outer corner. I'm gonna really blow out the outer corner. This color is really light, so it does take a little bit of time to build. And whatever's left over on the brush, I'm just gonna kind of fan on the inner corner. So it's got a little bit of pink, but not as much. I take this shade also, which is a little bit deeper, but once I put it on the lid, I find that it kind of just deepens up the shade that we previously had. Not by much, but just a little bit. I'm gonna take this deepest shade right here in the palette, and this is an angled flat, like a flat angled brush, as you can see. And I'm just going to take this brush and I'm just gonna start kind of packing it on the outer corner. I'm gonna go back in with my brush and blend it out the edge again. Color isn't getting as deep as I want it to, but that's okay. I'm also gonna be taking that same deep plum shade and I'm gonna run it on my lower lash line. Blotchy right there, do you see that? I don't like that. I'm gonna start off with this shade right here, right in the center. This is called Orchid. And I'm gonna take it on a flat brush, and then I'm gonna take on the rest of the lid, I'm gonna take this shade, which is right next to it, which I believe is called Dream Chaser, and pop that right there so it kind of meets the other darker shade. There is a little bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna clean off. And I'm gonna go back in again with that cream, with this white shade, and I'm gonna pop that on the inner corners. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. I'm gonna pop on some lashes, and we're gonna finish up with the lip. It's still a little wet, so I'm gonna let it air dry. That's why I pulled it down. I do have a couple of lip options that I kind of wanted to play around with. One of them being part of the melted matte liquid lipsticks that I picked up in my Ulta haul, but I thought maybe of topping it also with the Ride or Die Lip Balm by e.l.f. I have been loving this lip balm by itself. I've been wearing it a lot. I usually apply it in the morning, and then by the time I get to work and I have to put on my mask, my lips are still hydrated, but not a lot of the balm is left on, so it doesn't feel sticky inside the mask. I'm gonna start off with this one here, which is their Hot Toddy. For the center, I'm gonna go in with this one, which is the Sugar Cookie. And then I'm gonna go in with this. So this one here is part of that 3 collection called Tough Cookie. It is a very thick balm. So I would definitely say I wouldn't recommend this to wear right before you put on a mask. It's just a little bit of a pain in the ass to apply. So I gotta give a shout out to this mascara really quickly before we finish off this video. You guys, I have been obsessed with this mascara, and it sucks that I'm obsessed with it and I have a sample size because I don't want to splurge on it. But this is the Bobbi Brown mascara. There's nothing fancy about it. Like, the wand is the most simple wand you could use, but there is something about this mascara that just makes my eyelashes so long and fluffy and wispy. I can't get enough of this mascara. I've been using it nonstop for work, and it's amazing. You're finished. It feels so good to finally get like a full face of a little bit of glam. I know this isn't the most glam you guys have probably ever seen me in, but For me, this is a lot more than what I usually do on a weekly basis, but I had so much fun hanging out with you guys. If you guys want to see any of the videos that I talked about, a bunch of the hauls that I've done here for the last couple of videos, I'm going to link them down below. But at the end of this video, there's also going to be 2 videos that I wanted to showcase with you guys. If you guys want to know all of the products that I used in my video today, I will have it linked in the description box. I will see you guys all in my next video. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys later. Bye.